When I spoke on disclosure within the trans community a couple weeks ago, I got like 100 comments that said we shouldn't have to disclose that we're trans. They should disclose that they don't date trans. I thought to myself, that's not a good idea. Could you imagine going to different profiles and seeing I don't date trans people, no trans people allowed? And now look, someone has came up with super straight. People are fighting for the wrong things. Instead of fighting for respect, instead of fighting for an opportunity to live a happy and healthy life, people are fighting for acceptance. Why is it such a big deal that a certain group of people won't date you? I don't know if you know this, and trust me, it shocks me, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I can scream, cry, and fight, but every man in this world is not going to want to date me. The biggest thing I've seen is they won't accept that trans women are women. Everybody is not going to accept everything. When Trump was president, people said, that's not my president. They wouldn't accept it. Now Biden's president. People said, that's not my president. They won't accept it. You can't make people accept what they do not want to accept. Let's bring awareness to the fact that people are being targeted and hurt. That's what's important, not who will and won't fuck you.
Yo, Wagwan. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cookie. Don't mind what I'm wearing because I am not in the mood to put on anything cute. I just finished working and decided that I was going to make this video because I saw this going around about people now identifying as super straight. No. This is really funny. So now we have people that are saying they are super straight because they're trying to prove a point. And I am not going to put any blame, but what I'm going to say is because we have some communities that are coming out and having the need to prove themselves so badly. Now, these straight people had to come up with a term for themselves called super straight. Boy, and this video is going to be an interesting one. So let's just get into it. Now, while we get into this video, I'm going to be doing a very simple look. Simple. ColourPop needs to sponsor me because I use all their stuff in this video. But today I'm using my Morphe and Crown Brushes palettes to create a very simple look. That brown there, that's almost empty. That's what I'm using. And then I'm going to use the lightest pink. I don't know if you can see it. The light is... Now you can see it. I'm going to use the lightest pink inside of this to create, which is right here, to create a I don't know if you can see it, to create a very simple look on my eyes today because I'm tired of having colorful looks on my face. But so we're going to talk about now this new trend of people identifying as super straight. No, being super straight means that you do not like any transgender, lesbian, gay, bi, you just strictly love women or you just strictly love men, right? So now there's this video that is on TikTok that actually brought, well, this was brought to my attention early this morning because it was trending, but this TikToker actually shed a lot of light on this super straight concept. And I'm just gonna say it. We have trans people saying that they don't need to tell people that they are trans. And this is now why people are now having to say, I am super straight, I don't like men transitioned as women transition. That's not your cup of tea. They have to be now defending themselves because these people, they're defending themselves, so why can't straight people defend themselves? And I agree with the statement that trans people need to let people know that they're trans. Why? Because what would happen if you as a trans person met this guy as a trans woman, and you met this guy and you're in love with this guy, and only to find out that this guy was born a woman? How would you feel? Put the shoe on the other foot. How would you honestly feel to think that this was once a female and they didn't identify, they didn't tell you anything, they just went off and was just going out with you and they decided to hide all of that from you? How would you feel? Pretty sure you wouldn't feel good about it at all. I heard Elena is a sweetheart. I love her. She's just straight up front and honest. Don't agree with everything she says, but I am a supporter. Elena had said that it's too straight of her to like women, but yet still she doesn't disclose to all men right away that she is trans. Well, she says she goes on a date, and before it escalates she ensures to let them know. Cool. But you know, and I think this is why the trans community is so hard to respect, and it's so hard to have respect for them, because how are you going to want us to have respect for you but you're lying to us? You know what I mean? That makes no sense. You're gonna lie to everyone around you, or lie to cute guys and not let them know that you're trans, and then no one can trust you. How are we gonna trust you if you lied right away? You weren't honest at all at the get-go about your sexuality, it doesn't mean that you have to walk around with a sign that says I am trans on my forehead, but if you're going to engage sexually with someone and you're interested in someone, you should let them know you're trans. I don't think everyone needs to know that you're trans. That's not everybody's business to know. But once you're talking to a guy and you're getting to know him and he's getting to know you, you need to disclose that you're trans, because give him the option. Just like how one of Elena's guests on the podcast, I don't remember his name, I'll probably put a screenshot here. He said, give me the choice. Let me know if I want to go. Let me choose to go home with you or not. Don't take the choice away from me, and then you're going to expect me to want to respect you after you sat there lying to me all this time about your sexuality. No. It doesn't work like that, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I also follow Samantha Lux. I love some of her videos. She comes off a little passive aggressive, but then that's just her speaking on her whole experience and everything she's been through with a passion, which is fine. I love her. I watch her videos. I think she's beautiful, and I might not agree with everything she said, but I think she's a great advocate for the trans community. I think she is a very great advocate for all of the trans men and trans women. No, this super straight thing, do we really need to be super straight? Come on. Do we really need to be super straight? Is it that serious that we need to be super straight? I don't think it's that serious. Y'all just blowing this thing out of proportion.
So super straight is apparently a thing. And I have to say, as a trans person, if I am not your preference, I am a-okay with that. And any trans person who's not okay with that, something's wrong with them. They're creepy. However, I find it so funny that the people who are the most offended by super straight are the same people who invent new sexualities once a week like it's a merch drop. Like, at this point, there are hundreds of sexualities online that are less valid than a straight person who doesn't have attraction to trans people. Chill out. I did an entire video on my YouTube channel about this. Click the link in my bio.
Too much now. Super straight? Super straight? You're gonna have people start running into it like, oh, I'm super straight, yada yada yada, this and that. Like, no. No. We don't need to do all of that. All of that is not necessary whatsoever with this whole thing about super straight. It's not. It's really not necessary. It's really not called for. Big man levels. Ain't not called for. Any at all.
Be speaking out on the whole transphobic super straight thing. So I just want to know why it had to all start. Why are trans people calling straight people transphobic for not being attracted to y'all? That's like a white man who supports BLM but is getting called racist because he wouldn't date a black woman. The logic is not there. Y'all simply cannot take rejection, and now you're calling it transphobia? You're mad at straight people for being straight? Like, please make it make sense, because y'all clearly don't know the definition of transphobia and preference. I support 100%, but I'm not dating a transgender because that is just not my preference. And in no way, shape, or form does that make me transphobic. That just means I prefer cis men because I'm a straight woman. If I was pansexual, it would be different. Y'all got a whole nother label for that. Why are you getting mad at straight people for liking what straight people like?
Honestly, guys, our society is so messed up, it's not even funny. Our society is going down a rabbit hole. Our society is going down a spiral ramp, because look at what we're focusing on. We're focusing on people who can't date, who are unable to date whoever they want, whenever they want. Not everyone is going to want you. Not everyone is going to be okay with what you do, when you do it, how you do it. And I think that's the issue. We need to learn to live in a day and age where not everyone will accept what you do when you do it. Everyone will accept who you want to be, who you are. We need to grow up. Like, yo, a lot of us are adults in the society and we have not grown at all. We need to grow up and realize that everything is not going to go how we want to. And we need to learn how to compromise and be good people. Like, that'll piss me off sometimes. Seriously.
This is for all my straight men. I have a legitimate question for you. If you wouldn't want a gay man coming at you talking about how he could turn you gay, why the fuck do you think it's appropriate to come for a gay woman talking about how you could turn her straight? It's the same concept and the same disrespect. Stop doing that weird ass shit, you fucking predator.
This is my final look. And my 2 cents on super straight and the trans community. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I am so sorry. I don't know where I've been this past fucking week, but you mean to tell me that there is now a sexuality called super straight? And this is the flag? I honestly hate to break it to every single person who now identifies as super straight, but that is the gayest shit I've ever heard. It literally makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, who the fuck sat there and was like, you know what? I'm super straight and I'm making it a sexuality. Do you know how fucking dumb you look? Like, if you were to approach me and I was like, oh, what's your sexuality? And you said super straight, oh my God. Not only would I laugh in your face, but I think I would also pee myself laughing. This is quite literally the dumbest shit I've ever heard.